Hey there guys, in this video I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about the causes of social anxiety. And this is important stuff to know. The causes of social anxiety, they're specific to each person or unique to each person, although often there are some links between situations that have caused the fear, the apprehension, or the nervousness that's shared. And one typical example is school bullying. Now there's a large proportion of adults who considered that they were bullied at school when they were younger. And the impact of bullying, it can be dependent on the age suffered. And depending on that age, it can show a vast array of symptoms when the child gets older. They can be things that are more stereotypical, like stuttering or shaking, or just more common things like just that racing heartbeat that you get, or that adrenaline that just pumps through your veins. And there's many more symptoms of social anxiety that can present themselves from the deeply buried reaction to past events. Personally, I was a shy child, and the level of my social anxiety, it simply grew over time, until the way I lived just felt normal for me. Situations that we fear create high levels of anxiety, and it can come from leaving the house, or something as simple as answering the telephone, looking out the window, just traveling to a local shop or gas station, or going somewhere to eat in public. You shouldn't feel embarrassed by what causes your heightened levels of anxiety. The fact is, you're far from alone. It is important to remember that anxiety is a natural reaction to any threat, and this comes from our past, where humans long ago, they lived in a dangerous world and needed to be able to react quickly to danger. And this is commonly referred to as the fight or flight response. And the surge of adrenaline in a threatening or frightening situation, it feeds the muscles to respond quickly. It can cause that clammy skin or blushing, among other symptoms. But imagine a caveman is out hunting for his dinner, and he comes across a lion or a bear or whatnot. He does what he has to do in order to survive. He runs. And the reaction you have to hide away from situations that bring you this anxiety, really it's a natural inherent response. I do believe that some people are more prone to suffer the symptoms of social anxiety. I'm generally sort of an anxious person, and the causes of social anxiety may come about from a combination of the world around us and our basic genetics. There are some scholars that actually believe it can run in families, but it hasn't truly been proven. Now, often people suffering with social anxiety, they don't tend to see the others around them in an analytical way. With social anxiety, you suffer from these distorted thoughts, and you don't always see situations or people the way they truly are. You're not alone, and by watching this video, you're really taking these first few steps to self-healing and recognizing the causes of social anxiety in yourself. The brain invents causes of social anxiety, and there's evidence that the structure of your brain can play a role in your tendency to have social anxiety. So there's an area of the brain that deals with fear, and it can be overreactive in certain individuals. I mentioned earlier about prehistoric man and fear being a way of keeping him safe in difficult situations. A heightened fear response can cause increased symptoms of social anxiety frequently. And this doesn't mean that your brain is abnormal. As I've mentioned before, the number of people surrounding you suffering with some level of social anxiety is really quite astounding. And the causes of social anxiety might be different from person to person, but the tendency to have the heightened fear element in the brain, it is a connecting factor between people. And I know lots of people whom, if you met, they'd impress you with their confident persona. I've been told myself, narrating these videos, that it sounds like I have a confident persona. The truth is, when you put certain people that have this confident persona, even in front of a small group of people to give a presentation, they'll melt like butter. With my methods, though, these types of people, they've made significant improvements. And I'm going to show you some of these methods and strategies. Now, negative life experiences, they contribute to different causes of social anxiety. This one's very important. I've analyzed a lot of, this is personally speaking, I've analyzed a lot of my own early life and linked it to thinking errors that I have. And this is really a common thread among most social anxiety sufferers. The experiences from my childhood and probably from yours, they amount to your core belief, of either being not good enough or having just a general sort of paranoid sense about you. Now, personally, when I was suffering with social anxiety, if I walked down a narrow street and someone else was coming towards me, I instantly moved out of the way. And this didn't come from a place of being afraid of the person physically. It was more of like a feeling that they had more of a right to the walkway than I did. I know it sounds strange, going to doctors, and my instant reaction to sort of just have a panic attack upon entering the room, even if I was asking for something simple. It related to my core belief of not being good enough. The fact is, I am good enough, and you're good enough too. And realizing this is an important point in your journey to discover the causes of social anxiety. It's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen for you with sort of a formulated approach. It's your life, and you're an incredible, amazing, valuable human being, and you're as good as everybody else. Your experiences that have shaped you to get where you are now, they've created this amazing individual. So accepting that you're good enough, it's an important step. And recognizing that what you do, what you wear, and how you are is good enough. You have to recognize that everything you do is good enough. It's vital. And no one's better than you. There's this, habit of putting people on a pedestal. This habit of comparing yourself that you have to sort of work on and take a step back from. You should take a moment to brainstorm all your positive qualities and really focus on what makes you brilliant, what makes you you. You can either write down a list or, sort of draw a circle on a piece of paper and write your name in the middle of the circle and draw lines, sort of like a spider diagram, out from you. And at the end of each line, write a positive quality or a positive word. Now, it may be extremely difficult at first. Put the piece of paper somewhere safe and add to it as you think of, new positive qualities that you possess. Now, positive words, they include things like, I'm a warm, approachable person. I have a good sense of humor. I'm helpful. I'm kind. I'm generous. I'm thoughtful. Add it to your list over time, and as you discover, all these different qualities, you're going to see it's going to shape this incredible you on paper. Now, the causes of social anxiety pull you down, but it's time to finally lift yourself up. I offer a ton of help on my website at socialanxietyfix.com, and there you can find, to toot my own horn a little, an incredible free series that I've put a lot of time into. These are free videos that are really just going to sort of, give you this sort of paradigm shift in thinking that you need to sort of get out of social anxiety and just move to a place where, as I like to say, you're comfortable in your own skin and you can really relax around others. And the free videos are actually going to sort of groom you to a place where you look, believe it or not, look forward to approaching others in social situations. You're not just gonna, be comfortable, but you'll actually strive towards being more social and look forward to it. So check out socialanxietyfix.com right now. It's going to help you out a lot. I've been in your shoes, and I know what works. So I'll see you there. Take care. Bye.